everybody. I'm the Pigglesworth. And welcome back to AlphaCraft. Where are you at, Piggy? What in the world is going on? Oh, let's swap route and hit F1. We are down in the tunnels, the lower tunnels where the beacons are going on. And look at the upper right-hand segment of my screen. We got jump boost 2, we got speed 2, we have strength 2, resistance 2, regeneration, and haste 2. Yes, I've gone hog wild, so to speak, and I have decided to put 6 beacons down there. I figured out, I'm going to show you this, because I was struggling trying to figure out how in the world do we get haste to turn on. That's the wrong one to look at. Here we go. So you choose haste, you can choose regeneration or the second level of one of these, and then you put a piece of iron in, an iron ingot, or one of these. I don't know why you would waste a diamond when you can use this. But you put that in there and click done, and it gives you haste 2. So we can get speed 2, haste 2, resistance 2, jump 2, strength 2, and then regeneration. I wish you could get regeneration 2, but I guess you can't. So that makes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that can be at power 2, and then the 6th one would be regeneration. So we've got 6 beacons going on here, which is just crazy, and it's given us all of these extra things. I know at first I said I don't want to do this, and then I realized there's nothing I could do to make the ugliness of the beacons go away, and then I realized, you know what? Let's just go for it. Let's go for broke. And once again, no sound at all. See the sound of all this stuff going crazy. Listen to that. Sounds like a spaceship, it does. But yeah, so I need to swap. I went ahead and swapped out this room and made it like just the regular blocks room for when we're in our maintenance area. Need to put some lights up in here. Well, let's go ahead and jump up here. Because now that I've got 6 instead of 2 beacons per segment, I need to rework this redstone. I need to have it where I can activate 6 different pistons. And I'm running into a bit of a problem, which is 6... Let's go back up here. 6 different powers, so to speak. Okay, it does. Okay, so there are... I was counting the boxes in the upper right-hand corner. There are 6. 6 different powers means we're going to need 6 different toggles to turn this on and off. Now, I've gone ahead and attached this to right here, so we can run through our maintenance tunnel right here. And I do need to fix this. Somebody had a really great suggestion on how to fix that. We're going to try and see if we can get that going. But look, right now I've only got the ability to toggle 2 things. Mining haste and speed regeneration. And I can't remember if there's space behind this or not. Let's, is anybody looking? I don't think so. Okay, I think it's safe. Nobody's watching. So we can just dig in here. How much room do we have in here before we hit something? Because I want to say the tree farm is somewhere right on the other side of this. Wow. I really feel like we're okay, so we've got some room. And I don't... Okay, I do... Okay, good. Come here, torch. We don't want to accidentally come down here trying to get stuff to work and run into a creeper. So what I think I'm going to need to do is dig something into here so that I can have a room with 6 different toggles on it, so we can have 6 different toggles for each of these powers so we can turn them on and off. I know to a certain point it's like, Piggy, you don't need all that, but you know what I want. Now look, I tried out this jump. The extra speed is so nice. I almost feel like I could outrun a horse at this point. Although I wonder, with the speed 2 going, does the speed 2 affect the horse or just the player? I bet it just affects the player. It'd be fun to have like a race, Piggy versus somebody on a horse, and see who could outrun who. But this jump, okay, let's see here. So I'm going to stand right here. I should not be able to jump up on top of that because that is a block and a half, right? Whoop. Uh-oh. Hardcore parkour. Look at that. Whoop. That is awesome. So we have got the ability to jump really, really high, which I'm going to be honest. Some of the building I've been doing, it would be nice to have this kind of a jump capability going on. So The first thing I'm going to do is rework these tunnels for all the redstone. I don't plan for this being the whole of today's episode because that would be like revisiting and rehashing something we've already done, and I wanted to just work on it off camera. But I'm like, you know what? It would be better if we just started out the episode explaining what's going on, so that way I could go ahead and just do the mundanity of fixing it, getting it all. I don't think I'm going to have all the beacons ready for everything, but we can go ahead and prep the redstone and everything to be ready for the beacons. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to fix this area. I'm going to fix the tunnels underneath, rework all the redstone and get it ready for more beacons. Come back and show you that progress, and then we're going to get on with the rest of today's episode. And look at that. 6 beacons. Not a big deal, right? We've seen that, 6 beacons. But let's back up and look at here. Yes, I've gone crazy. Yes, I have. I took 6 signals and brought them down here. I've named each of them. I'll explain this in a minute. I'll explain myself. Don't worry. But we have got all 6 beacons set up, and then a signal can be carried all the way down here, all the way down. Keep going. Yes, it's 100 blocks away because a beacon will go 50 blocks in each direction. So I've set it up with 4 segments each, 50 block or 100 blocks from each other. So we basically have a 200 by 200 area where beacons are covering all of the powers that you can get from beacons. Look at this. We can just jump like crazy. Now, I'm not going to run the whole thing because it would take a minute or two and it'd be boring. I mean, it all looks like this. I've got a tunnel that goes all the way around to all 4 beacon stations. Just kind of, I know when I first built it, I was in a hurry. It was just rough and dirty. And then as I got to thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? We need to make all this like we normally make it with all the maintenance stuff built out of these stone blocks. So let's come up here. We are now in the maintenance hallways, and look at this. I took a viewer suggestion and went ahead and set this up. So now, whoop, it's a secret door. So we don't have to worry about flipping switches or hiding redstone or anything like that. Just simple old school painting. Walk right through it. Now we have a secret door. I love that. So let's go ahead and come up here. It's nighttime. I think I've slept recently, so I think we're okay with the phantoms. But it actually assists me in what I'm trying to do. So we can see that there are 6 beacons there, and there. That's 24 beacons. That's 72 wither skulls I had to gather. That was a lot of work. That's been a few weeks in the making in the background. But here's the new control panel room. I tried to keep somewhat of the same idea. We just moved it back a little bit. So now we've got spring shoes, which is jumping. Can of spinach, which is, let's get rid of the book. Can of spinach is strength. Knock out those blocks is haste 2. Fight the power is resistance. Heartbreaker is a strange one. To get regeneration, you have to turn one of these powers on. So I've got regular haste to turn on regeneration. So Heartbreaker. And then I was running, which of course is speed 2. And we can toggle these off and on if we want. We'll just flip all these switches and we can see the beacons shut down. Isn't that cool? And then I'm going to sit here and see if we can see it happen. See, it's pretty quick. It doesn't take anywhere near as long as you would think it would, and it's not anywhere near as laggy as you would think it would. Wait a minute. That's all 6 turned on. Is that 6 beacons turned on right there? It's so hard to tell. It looks like it. It looks like a pretty thick beam. Yeah, I think that's all 6. So, super ugly. I wish there was a way to get rid of that in Minecraft, but apparently there's not. It would be really cool if there was some kind of mechanism or something you could build that would make that go away. Now, right before we get on to today's episode, I have something very special I want to do. Oh, that's the minecart. I thought I heard a growling noise. I was like, uh-oh, what happened around here? Drama Smith said to be recording when I'm over here by the tree farm because she wanted to show me something. I was over here cutting down some oak. Apparently I missed a log up there somewhere. And another thing, when I plant all my saplings and I go around to bone meal it, that's kind of annoying to walk through the water. Look how slow, and then I have to like try to swim. So I went ahead, I've got some extra diamond boots, so I went ahead and got depth strider on them. They're called Piggy's waders. I'll show you what I mean. We'll put these on. Now I can just walk through the water, no problem. So I can walk around and bone meal all those trees, and if I happen to fall off of a tree while I'm chopping and I fall into the water, well, it's just real easy to go ahead and walk around. There's some leftover wool from making that painting. But let's go ahead and pop through here. I want to see what in the world. She said she died a few times building this. I'm kind of... Wait. What? Some pig. Oh my gosh. Oh man, that is awesome. Wow. So she brought me cobwebs. I'm going to step back over here and see if we can get like a more straight on view of it. That is so cool. You stinker. Get out of here. I'm some pig. Oh, look at this little sneaky. Come here, you. Uh-huh. See? I tried to tell you I'm some pig. Oh, we got one there. We'll leave those alone. That is so cool. Oh, and there's a creeper. See, this is what I have to do about this area, is still work on half slab and everything. Now that I've got elytra, I can fly around and get that done. It's also why I've not connected all this stuff. I don't want zombies or anything bad somehow finding its way in there. Oh, man. Yeah, everybody had been mentioning the insanity of this. I went ahead and added the water down there. And Drama put that up there. So for those of y'all who don't know, that is from the book Charlotte's Web, where a spider made a spider web and wrote in it the word "some pig." That's some pig. I think it said "that's some pig." I guess she ran out of room. I should have built a bigger ravine, I guess. I messed up your thing. But yeah, but she's, oh, and she used the floating blocks out there, so now we got to get that down. But that is cool. Now we got cobwebs. My gosh, where did she get all those? Uh-oh. Oh, apparently there's a few spots. Yeah, we still need to work on this ravine. I'm going to take a little break from that ravine. We're going to do something extra special today. Oh my gosh, my phone just freaked me out. Close that up so that creeper don't fall down. I'm going to move my phone so it doesn't make that crazy ugly noise again. And let's run over here. So the first thing I'm going to do, it's not going to be that big of a deal, but it is something that has been needed to be done for a while. So anybody that comes through this area, right here needs to be some stairs. We need a way to get down there, because right now what happens is, if I'm running around over here and I want to get to the little slime catapult thing, I've got to throw an ender pearl up over the wall, because there's really no other way to get up there. And anybody coming through here is going to need to be able to get down in here as well, because we're eventually going to build some cool stuff down in here. So I need to put a staircase in here. Now, I'm not really going to make a big deal about building it or showing you, because it's going to be real simple. It's going to have this kind of design on the side, or I might do something slightly different just so it stands out. But it's just going to be a basic, simple staircase. But I just kind of wanted to start off by saying there's going to be a staircase to get down here. But to get down here is also going to be important, because there's something else we're going to build today, and that's going to be even more important. We're going to build something that's going to be under the ground. Now, the reason why it's going to be under the ground, it's going to be very, very big. Huge. And it's going to involve these things in this chest right here. What's in this chest? Whoop. Mob heads. I've been collecting mob heads aplenty. Look at all the piggy heads. And now I don't know what the deal is with these. See, if you click on it, some of these won't stack and some of them will. I think like if you die in the same day, maybe the heads will stack, but otherwise they won't. skeleton horse skull. Okay, I was like, what in the world is that? But we've got quite a few heads going on. Some of these I managed to get a bunch of, like these stupid endermite heads. But I've got an idea of what I want to do with those. But we've got to build something underground for it. Now, it's going to make sense as we start to build it as far as why it's built in this area. And it's going to start to explain the theme of what this build is. So I'm trying to figure out a creative way to tell you what it is and what the theme is without actually telling you what the theme is, but I might just have to spill the beans. Not all over the ground, because that make a mess. I might just spill them into a bowl so that way we can eat them when we're done. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and build this staircase, and then I'm going to start doing some site prep. I've got super awesome haste too, so I can go ahead and use my haste too, which is going to be super, super awesome. And I'm going to start prepping an area so that we can see what in the world are these heads going to be about. And then there's something special about those heads that I've mentioned in the past that we're going to get started today as well. That's right. So y'all just stick around for just a moment. I'm going to do just a quick little off-camera work to get everything prepped and ready. And then we're going to come back and we're going to start finding out what in the world's Piggy been up to by collecting all of these heads. And my inventory is absolutely messed up. Look at that. I spent some diamonds, went over to Stina Rose's store and bought myself some dye. Needed some blue and some gray. And I get the feeling that as this build goes, we're going to need to buy more dyes. And we're possibly going to need to find a source for quartz. Quartz is going to end up being, I know, I had to pick a resource that's just going to be real difficult, didn't I? But yeah, quartz is going to be something we're going to have to look at getting as well. But I got this nice little stairway going down right here. I'll step over here to the side so you can see. I just went ahead and followed the same pattern as this so that it kind of ties into it. All this is upper half slabs. You can kind of see the line there. So that way all that is staying spawn proof. And then wherever we could see logs, I just went ahead and made them the pieces of wood that have bark all the way around them. And then from here, we've got this staircase going down. Now, there's nothing really grand or finished about this staircase. I had to do this more, one, so I have a way to get down there, but two, so that the measurements could be correct, because this structure is going to be huge underneath the ground. There's something very special that's going to end up right down the center. When I envisioned this base, there was something very special that's going to go in the middle. And then as I built it even more and started to come up with this concept that we're working on today, I realized, I could like multi-purpose the thing that's going to go in the center. So I've got this little area measured out right here in 11 by 11. This is going to be kind of like the entryway to this area. We're not working on that today. What we're working on today that's using up quartz is right behind me. It is. You want to see it? Haven't done that in a while. This. Now, I've only built 50%. This, you can imagine what you see right here needs to be mirror imaged on this side. I have used up a lot of quartz. I had almost 3 stacks of quartz ore. I was able to hit it with my Fortune 3. I've got a little bit more. I forgot. This stuff is insane, the amount of quartz ore you have to find to work with blocks. So I'm not going to convert any of these blocks to stairs or anything yet. I need to make absolutely certain that I don't use up any more than I have to. And at first I thought about all the blue. The blue would be interesting if it was all lapis blocks. I do not have a way to get that many lapis blocks, so we're not going to do that. We're going to have to go cheap. Like if you notice right back here, these 3 blocks tucked away, that's white concrete. That is not quartz. Oh man, right back there, the color is just off enough that it looks like it's just a shadow, so you can't tell. I could never get away with, say, that block right there, or any of those. You would definitely be able to see the color difference. Is this quartz? Let's see. I have a white concrete. Let's go ahead and, oh gosh, that quick dig. Let's swap these out just to see what happens. See, the color difference is just slight. Now that might work. Nope. You can definitely see the difference. It's so odd. Right there, you can't see the difference. Right here, you can. because your brain thinks that's a shadow. So we'll just go ahead and swap. You come here and block. I'm almost tempted to do something like that. The problem is I don't know if that's ever going to cause a lighting glitch. Let's just not. It would be so much better if we just do that. There we go. We'll put that there. So yeah, I'm going to have to gather up materials and build this on this side, which I'm going to try and do for today's episode. I'm going to try and get this room right here, at least this part of the structure finished, and I need to get some wool for the floor. We're going to put in a floor here because we have to go with the theme. Everything is going to be spawn-proof. Everything, as much as possible, needs to be spawn-proof. But there's something special about this spot. Now, this whole build is going to be using all the mob heads, but this structure right here, whoop, and the mirror image that's going to go right there is going to be something very, very special. This is where I'm going to put the mob heads for my patrons. I've got patrons that have been sitting around waiting, Piggy, when are you going to put our heads in this this here structure? And I've been trying to come up with some methods and ways how am I going to get the heads? I had an idea, and then I did some research, and no matter what I researched, I could not find an answer for. If you have an answer, maybe you can help me. But let's look. Escape. That's what it is. Statistics. Mobs. You've never been killed by a bat. You've never been killed by a chicken or a cow. Now, I tried suffocating myself. Like, if you have entity cramming, you can put a whole bunch of cows in a 1x1 area and jump in, and it'll kill you because there's too many mobs. But the problem is it says that you were crushed to death. It doesn't credit the animal crushing you. I tried something where I was standing up on something high and had a cow push me off of it. It says that I fell from fall damage. The cow didn't actually kill me. So for the life of me, I cannot come up with a way for passive mobs to kill me. I thought it would be fun to have it where we have passive mobs killing us. I've never been killed by a drowned. The Endermans kill me once. I've never been killed by an Endermite. So there's a whole bunch of creatures here that could be attacking us. I've killed 118 creepers. I've never been killed by a creeper. Oh. Which is amazing, especially that one that was over by AlphaCraft. So I think what we're going to do is I'm going to go get suited up. I have to get my skin swapped out so I can be somebody else for a moment. And we are going to go ahead and get ourselves some mob heads for our Patreons. It's night, and that's all right, because we got something to do. Yes, we do. I have got to get some heads that I've collected that y'all watched me collect. Picked them up very quick. I didn't want the names to show up. I should have thought that through before I started filming. We're going to run over here. Even if there's phantoms, it doesn't matter, because we are going down here where it is safe. And I've got the room finished. Except for that. You go, oop. There's somebody sneaking around down here. So we have got both sides set up. I've got my nice little domed, decorated ceiling going on, and it was really dark up there. I went ahead and swapped out. What is this? I think it's called chiseled. Let's pick it up and find out. Come here, you. What? Oh, gosh. Sounds like if we start building in this area, we may have a dark spot somewhere I'm going to have to contend with. Okay, it is a chiseled quartz block. I had that up there, and it was just so dark you couldn't really see the ceiling for what it was. So I just swapped it out for a lantern and then put a little half slab on the bottom so that it, it's when you're looking up like this, it like ties the whole thing in. You don't really notice the lantern as much. And then in these little areas, we get hidden light. So it's all right. And then we got these little bars right here as well. So I've got 6 names I can put up here. I've only gotten 4 people to respond in Discord so I could get their skin and be able to dress up like them and then find creative ways to die and then get the head drops. So we're going to go ahead and place these heads. These are Patreons that have been helping out the channel big time, and we are going to honor and thank them by placing their heads finally in AlphaCraft. So the first one we have is Magpie Tier. Boop, there you go, sir. Thank you very much. Oh, I didn't notice that the heads are decorated on the underside too. That's interesting. Then we have Casanova. Boop, just uses the Steve skin. So we went ahead. See, that one's got the little spot on it. I kept thinking that, I guess maybe you can decorate the underside of the head. We have Macombers, which is an entire family. So that will be the individual who spoke with me on Discord and said go ahead and use her skin. But that is an entire family right there. Thank you so much. And then this is, you can see if you can pronounce that name. Can you pronounce that name? I can't. I want to say Gaelic is the name of the language. Seamus Moon. That's actually spelled or pronounced Moon, not Muad'Dim, which makes me think of Muad'Dim from like Dune. Seamus Dune, Seamus Moon. Look at that. Look, it's like all circular and cyclical. And you, sir. Uh-oh. And he's got is that a crazy little mouth? Or is that like bone and muscle? That's... I'm sorry for chopping your head off like that. But yes, that is 4 awesome patrons that have been helping out the channel. Greatly, greatly appreciated. I try to get everybody's name that's a patron at the end of the episode. But if you are Gold Carrot member tiered, then you get to have your head placed in the server as well. And if you notice, there's plenty of room for more heads. So if you want to go down and you just look at the description box down below, or you can look at the beginning of the video, there's a link to my Patreon. You can go over there and click on it and get all kinds of cool rewards. You can get access to a special channel in the Discord channel and little rewards like this, which is just awesome. So we got a fair amount done today. We got to see Drama Smith's Some Pig sign that she made. I'm thinking I might have to do something with that. I was like, I want to gather up all these... cobwebs. But what do I do with the cobwebs? And I thought about it. I think I have an idea what I want to do. But I'm not going to say what that is yet. I'm going to leave that for another episode. But this is cool. I'm so happy that I'm starting to get to do this. We're starting to have we're breaking away from the color palette. Because I got to thinking about it. I've been running around out here, and this color palette is starting to get very... very rough on the eyes, everything being natural and browns and grays. I've cut out a big chunk of work for myself to get a whole bunch of area built before we start adding stuff. And I needed to have a little bit of a break, a little bit of a change. So starting this thing down here, it takes longer to get down there than it does to say. But starting this build down here is going to be super, super awesome. And it is going to be a very, very big build. I kid you not. I swear, either I saw darkness from the smoke, or I thought I saw a zombie hand poke through the corner. Nope. But there's definitely a zombie somewhere in them hills. But as I get a chance to start building this a little bit more, we're going to have at least one room starting right here. And then something right here, and it's going to go around, and then, like I said, there's going to be a central point. So I'm fairly certain that as I start to build on this, I'm going to go ahead and start explaining what this is all about, and how this explains everything else I've been building the entire season. How that down there explains all of this. Because what I try to do with every single series that I do, especially like with like a survival series like this, I try to come up with some major theme as a reason, a backbone, a story for why all other ideas hang off of and tie into. So it'll be really fun. It's going to be really fun to finally get to reveal what that's been about this whole time. And then, as I start building more stuff, it'll make more sense. All the different storylines, how they tie together and make more sense. Nothing anywhere is as intricate as what JJ and Wild have been working on. But a story nonetheless. At least something that, yeah, I still haven't fixed that. I've been digging and getting quartz and had to run off to the desert to get me some sand. But yeah, I'd figured it'd just be fun to end over here. And I watched Drama's video. It came out just a little while ago. And, well, she had a time just to do this. Just to gather up all that stuff was a trial in itself. And then she came out here and worked around this thing. I'm sorry, Drama. I should have capped off the top. It would have made it so much safer. But I love it. It is awesome. If you enjoyed this episode, please click that like button. And if you want to see more of these as I release them, you're not already subscribed and you want to be, go ahead and click the subscribe button. I won't stop you. I'll step aside and let you subscribe. And then I was going to try and get killed by a llama, and I couldn't find any of you guys. You're just going to have to wait there till we get another Patron, so that way I can get killed by a llama. Don't want to get killed by a creeper. Both, the three, look at that little sneaky one right there, and then one right there. Do not want to die to them. But also, if you want YouTube to notify you when new videos come out, and click the notification bell, and then we'll see if there's no glitches for that week, if everything works. Maybe you'll get notified, maybe you won't. It's roll the dice. Every single time, I tell you. But I am going to take myself a little bit of a break from all that digging and all that work I've done and get my head wrapped around what I want to do for next episode. And that's when I hope to see you is in the next episode of AlphaCraft with Gip Emos. Gip Emos. It's a good thing I didn't come out on this side. I've been like, Gip Emos, what's that mean? Some pig. Yeah, just pat me on the head. That's some pig. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time.